first Skyrim build. I'm gonna call it I haven't planned this, so it's called the Soldier. A fearless warrior who has trained all of his life. For you guys who doesn't like the role-playing part of stuff like this, just find a point at the video where it isn't like that. Pure. Missed. Yeah, the role-playing part of it. He is a warrior who was born. He's an orc. Okay, he's an orc. He was born in a stronghold in Skyrim, but later on he got driven away because most of the stronghold got wiped out. They needed to go to another place, another home. So he did. He ended up in Cyrodiil, where he trained with some Imperials, and he traveled most of Tamriel and met some Wood Elves, trained himself in archery. He had a bad experience while he saw his family die while they were in Hammerfell. He swore he would protect those who couldn't protect themselves. He would make sure no one felt alone or scared again. He would protect anyone and everyone who needed help. He could become invisible out of the blue when he wanted to later on in his life, because he trained and trained and trained. He joined the Imperial Legion because he didn't like the idea of the Stormcloaks just wanting Skyrim to be theirs and no one else's. He thought it was a stupid idea, so he trained his archery, became a soldier for the Imperial Legion, and uses an enhanced dwarven crossbow to fight. Okay, now to the real big deal. The more getting into things of his life. When he was just 5 years old, he could smell some fire. He found out later it was a stronghold burning down. He got there as fast as he could. He had just headed home from Hammerfell. There was his last stop at where he was going when he saw his stronghold having burnt down to the ground. He found later out it was some Stormcloaks. Didn't like that the orcs were in Skyrim, though they had been there for years without anything being done. Became very angry and would join the Imperial Legion later. And yes, he was just 5 years old when this happened. He had gotten adopted by some Argonians who wanted to move to Skyrim. And he later found out that his family was killed. And his brothers, his sisters, everyone he cared about, lied, dead or burnt down when he saw a Stormcloak. And just were like, no, you. He took the blade he had gotten from his father out, the ebony blade, and destroyed the soldier. He was an orc, he was strong, he could lift the ebony blade when he was only 5 years. Later, when he became 18, when he turned 18, he joined the Legion. and wanted a suit, but not like the others. He wanted a suit made of rare stuff, rare materials. He found a Falmar, liked the heavy armor they had on, killed it, took it on, made some Daedric armor, put the gauntlets and boots on, and took and farmed Shellbug Chitin, or Chitin, whatever you want to call it, made his helmet, became this fearless warrior he is today, fighting for the Imperial Legion. But when he was done with that, he didn't want to fight for anyone, except for himself. When he found out he was the Dragonborn, he found out he could use a shout to become even stronger than he already was. The shout was named Dragon Aspect. He researched on how he could get this shout, how he could learn more about it. When he learned it, he used it. He was going to hunt down dragons, giants, everything he could find. Nothing would survive. He would run over, kill anything that was standing in his way. Then he met some people who actually were good, except for his adoptive parents, the parents who adopted him. He found someone who actually cared for him. And it wasn't something good, people would say. The Dark Brotherhood. He joined up with them. He came to listen. And not long after, he found out about the Dawn Guard. And he wanted to join the Dawn Guard. Became a vampire hunter. Hunted down vampires. Killed them. Became a really good vampire hunter. He was very, very strong. People could see it. Power was a thing he had that not many else knew about. He would use his powers to slay dragons, giants, anything. He learned a shout that could get dragons to stay on the ground. He learned shouts that would make dragons obey him. He learned about his true powers. He knew from that day on that he must hunt down dragons. He got to kill Alduin. And yes, as you can see, he won. Found out he would become the strongest warrior ever. Calling himself a soldier. There was many people who agreed to calling him this, but himself wanted people to just call him by his name. A name that his orc parents had given him. Aquila. And it was strange for an orc to have a name like this. But he later found out in a special language that no one knew about, the actual meant that you were the strongest and the bravest. It meant the Dragon Slayer. He was very surprised by it when he found out. He wanted to live up to this name. He knew that he must fight for himself and the freedom of the orcs. He knew what must be done, must get done. He fought for himself and his family for years. And one day, his parents grew old and died. It was a sad day for him. From that day off, he swore he would always fight with honor. He followed the code of Malakath too, and Malakath gave him a gift that not many would get, and that was Volendrum, a warhammer made of a Dwemer. He'd use this to fight, show people what would happen if they betrayed him or did anything bad to him, or hurt his friends or his loved ones. He also heard about this guy named Mirek who was hunting him down because he was a fake Dragonborn. He will do the Dragonborn quest line and kill Mirek, showing him who the one and true Dragonborn actually is. Him. The warrior and new protector of Skyrim. A lone wolf, but he had respect for one kind of creature. Dogs. He knew they were the most loyal thing you could get. So, he knew what he needed to do if he wanted a loyal companion. Either buy a dog. I just used one of the dogs that the Dawn God had. He knew that he would be one of the strongest warriors ever from that day on. He wanted to know more about his past, though. He wanted to know who and what he was. Until one day he began getting visions about past lives. He thought it was just dreams, but he found out that he had been in past lives has been many other races. He found out secrets about his family. Found out he was very strong. Stronger than he actually thought he was. Okay, I hope you liked that story, because now we are going to the skills. Okay. Some of these is just randoms I've done to grind this level, but yeah. You'd be using Sneak, you'll get that to 100 and get every perk, because sometimes you'd be using one-handed, but don't get any perks in one-handed. Of course you'll get the Shadow Warrior perk, because why not? It's awesome when you're in combat. Yeah. Archery, you'll also try get to 100, so you can get everything else than this, because look. Ranger, good for having a crossbow. Critical shot, yeah, there's overdraw, get that maxed out as fast as you can. Eagle Eye, very good for when you need it to get long range. Yeah, this is also pretty good. This is also very, very good to have. Here, no perks, of course. Two-handed, as you see, I got a lot of perks this way. Deep Wounds I haven't taken yet, because I want a Skull Crusher for my Volendruk. Else you'll get Barbarian as high up as you can, really fast. Block, you won't be using that. Heavy Armor, get every perk. I especially recommend to get the perk that is named Conditioning, because then it won't weigh anything and won't slow you down. But first get the Juggernaut as high up as you can. Full smithing, so we can smith steel, dwarven, orcish, ebony, yeah, Daedric, of course Daedric, dragon, just because I wanted to have it for another build I'm gonna use this orc for. Galath smithing, Elven smithing, yeah, all smithing perks, especially this one. It's very useful for me, because I get a lot of enchanting stuff. 100 enchanting, so yeah, you get this to 100 first. That's very important. Then I just took this way, cause why not? And got the extra effect. Very useful. Alteration, restoration, destruction, magic. You won't be using that much. I can show you the armor. Oh fuck, auto saving. Yeah. Let me just auto saving. Come on, I hate when it does this. Good. Finally, weapons. For weapons, you'll be using the Volend Rook, sorry. Cause I used the potion, it's made legendary, so it's fucking good. You'd be using the enhanced dwarven crossbow. You'd be using the ebony blade. That's the weapon he'll be using the most, except for Volend Room, because he is a warrior with discipline, and that's what a katana shows. If he's using a bow, he'd be using this Daedric bow. For appeal, he's having a shellbuck helmet on. Then I've given him a silver necklace that increases his health by 56 points and stamina by 56 points, because it's useful. Felma heavy armor I've used. Super good smithing for me, so I got 478. Then this is for another build, these two, the ebony helmet and the dragon plate armor, sorry. Then these Daedric gauntlets he'll be having on to make his two-handed attacks 37% more damage and get his carrying capacity up. You can choose another thing. This will be carrying capacity for me and stamina higher. Then I got these random things. As you can see, he'll be using as horse Shadowmare, but when he's on Salt time, he'll be summoning his most loyal creature, the most loyal creature he's ever met, his good friend Arvak. And in 2018, I know I've seen a guy named ESO, you probably know him, that he said mounted combat you cannot do on Arvak, but they have fixed it. Now you can ride on him while using combat. So, yeah, for people who likes doing combat while riding a horse, it's good for them. The fuck? Okay, skeletons. Woohoo! Fly away, skeleton, fly! Okay, no more skeletons here. Yeah. That was it for the build. I hope you liked it. And see you in another video. Bye bye.